The more I look at the biblical narrative in its full context, and the more I study the history of Egypt, the more it becomes clear that a lot of the figures that are in the so-called white man's Bible are really Egyptian. And furthermore, if you look at the face of Imhotep IV before he chose to become Akhenaten on the Berlin relief, bas relief, he clearly looks African American. Now, when he changed to Akhenaten, he's dang near unrecognizable. Disfigured body, elongated head. Now, some people say this is just the Amarna style. This is just how it looks in the Amarna style. Well, that kind of contradicts the story because, as I understand it, Akhenaten was proud of his elongated head, long face, and his weird shaped body. He was proud of it. So why would he make such a drastic switch from Imhotep IV to become Akhenaten? And why would he have the artist depict him in such a radical way? It doesn't make any sense. I think that those images of Akhenaten were forged by the Amun priesthood because most of them were destroyed. Most, if not every single image of him was destroyed. So unless they're forged, then somebody told the artist to make him look totally different. It sure wasn't him. He was proud of his body. He was proud of himself. So which body did he have? Did he have the body on the bas relief as Imhotep IV? Lower jaw, tucked jaw, more of a distinguished nose, more of an African American nose and jawline. Then all of a sudden he transformed into Akhenaten, right? And then you see way different features and a disfigured body. What the hell happened to him? Did he become a different person? The art style couldn't be that much different. I don't care what anybody says. It's a lie. It has to be. It's a total subversion of the truth. Now, aside from Akhenaten, I'm going to prove to you that Imhotep was the biblical Joseph. Here it is. The brothers were sent to Egypt. Now keep in mind that Joseph was sold away by his brothers into slavery or whatever, and he was bought by a band of pharaohs or a head pharaoh dude or whatever, and he got adopted and promoted to the vizier, etc., etc. Now listen. In the second year of famine, Joseph's half-brothers were sent to Egypt to buy goods. Oh, they went to Egypt. Well, okay, wow, they're going to Egypt. Keep that in mind. When they came to Egypt, which is the archaic way of saying when they arrived at Egypt, I don't know why they phrase it that way, it's archaic, right? They stood before the vizier, but did not recognize him as their brother. Hello, think about what I just told you. They stood before the vizier, but did not recognize him as their brother. You want to know why? Because he was exalted. Because he was something different. He had transformed himself into the Egyptian culture. He looked different in appearance, dress, style perhaps, whatever they did. Joseph, who was now in his late 30s. But Joseph did recognize them. He recognized them. Do you want to know why he recognized them? Because he hated their stinking guts because they betrayed him and because they separated him from his dad by making up the story that he died in the field and they put the blood on the thing, right, on the robe, right, on the shepherd's robe. But Joseph did not recognize them and did not speak at all to them in his native tongue of Hebrew. In his native tongue of Hebrew, he was the guy sold into slavery. Joseph, wake up! You understand? Are you getting it now? So he was not speaking his native tongue in Hebrew because guess why? He was speaking Egyptian because he was Imhotep. After questioning them, he accused them of being spies. After they mentioned the younger brother at home, the vizier Joseph demanded that he be brought to Egypt as a demonstration of their veracity. This was Joseph's full brother Benjamin. Joseph placed his brothers in prison for 3 days. On the third day, he brought them out of the prison to reiterate that he wanted the youngest brother brought to Egypt to demonstrate their veracity. The brothers conferred amongst themselves, speaking in Hebrew. reflecting on the wrong they had done to Joseph. Joseph understood what they were saying and removed himself from their presence because he was caught in emotion. When he returned, the vizier took Simeon and bound him as a hostage. Then he had their donkeys prepared with grain and sent the other brothers back to Canaan. Unbeknownst to him, Joseph had also returned their money to their sacks. So, where did Imhotep come from? The land of Canaan. Thank you. Imhotep came from Canaan. I just read it to you. It's right there, black and white. I don't know why people can't understand this. There it is. Irrefutable proof that Imhotep is the historical figure Joseph. Thank you very much.